Okay, in the group classes, personal training, remote workouts, whichever program you're on, you're going to see a lot of these movements here written on the board. So the intention of this video today is just to review all of the movements quickly, as well as give you a demonstration, maybe highlight one or two mechanics of a couple of them, so that when you do them at home, you can quickly recognize them and you don't constantly have to ask the coach or watch a YouTube video in order to understand what they are. Okay, so let's start with the lower body pulls in the deadlift. Okay, we have three deadlifts: the RDL or Romanian deadlift, the Sumo deadlift, and the conventional deadlift. Okay, so the Romanian deadlift is essentially a stiff-legged knee deadlift. So it looks like this. It's just a hip hinge. I'm not using any of my knees to get the bar up. Okay, so it's going to limit or eliminate completely the quads in the deadlift. I'm just using my glutes, hamstrings, and my low back. Okay, the Romanian deadlift. Sumo deadlift is like a sumo stance, sumo wrestler. Okay, my feet are outside of my shoulders and my hands are inside my knees. Okay, this is going to use more of my quads because I can deadlift with more of an upright chest. Okay, and then we have the conventional deadlift, and the conventional deadlift most of the time is just written as deadlift, which is a knee and a hip hinge. Okay, right here. That is the conventional deadlift, also known as the deadlift. All right, then we go into the clean. Okay, you're going to see a power clean or a squat clean. Okay, the power clean just indicates you're catching it in the power position. The squat clean indicates that you're catching it in the squat position. If you see something like clean, most of the time that's going to indicate or suggest that you're doing squat cleans. All right. However, sometimes we will write clean or clean and jerk or hang clean and give you, the athlete, the option. On those days, we want a stimulus of maximal load. So for some athletes, their power clean is going to be heavier than their squat clean, so we'll allow that. Other days, we want to work on the mechanics of the squat clean or catching the clean in the squat, and so we will tell you today the cleans are squat cleans. All right, then we have 4 presses. There are more presses than that, like the bench press is a press, but we're talking vertical presses here. You have the shoulder press, push jerk, and the split jerk. Shoulder press is 0 dips, push press is 1 dip, push jerk is 2 dips, split jerk is 2 dips with a split on the second dip. Okay, so quickly, this is the shoulder press. All right, I'm just strictly using my shoulders. The push press, I'm going to push off the floor with my feet. Okay, 1 dip. The push jerk is 2 dips. I'm going to push off with my feet and then I'm going to jerk it overhead. All right, so 2 dips. 1, catching it and a dip again, 2. Okay, the split jerk means I'm going to split when I jerk. All right. Okay. Your load should be able to increase as you get more familiar with them. So your split jerk for most people will be heavier than their push jerk, which will be heavier than their push press, which will be heavier than their shoulder press. All right. Then we have the squats. 4 different squats right now that we'll talk about. You have the air squat, you have the front squat, so it's in the front rack position, you have the back squat, and you have the overhead squat. All right, we do all of those. And then we have the snatch, okay? Snatch or power snatch, same thing as the clean, power clean, okay? Except we're catching it overhead. That is the power snatch. That is the squat snatch, okay? So if we just said snatch, it's going to indicate most of the time that we're squat snatching. However, sometimes we will allow you to do a power snatch, okay? Which leads us into these 2 prefixes, hang and the muscle, okay? You can see hang snatch or hang clean, hang power clean. You can also see muscle clean, muscle power clean, things like that, all right? Let's review them really quick. The prefix hang just indicates where the bar is going to begin when I perform the movement. So if it says hang clean, I'm going to deadlift it up to my hips, and then the hang just means above the knees. So I'm going to bring it down, keep it above the knee, and then do a power clean or a squat clean. Okay? Same thing with the snatch. It can say hang squat snatch, which just means I'll deadlift it up from the ground in a snatch grip position, keep it above the knee, okay, and then snatch it. Or I can hang power snatch, okay? The hang just means keep it above the knee, all right? You'll also see muscle cleans or muscle snatches. In the group classes, we really only do those in the warm-up, okay? In Forte, you'll see them programmed throughout. The purpose of them in the warm-up is just to warm up the body and quickly having a fast turnover, all right? But there are some other advantages when practicing them with more than an empty barbell. But the muscle clean just looks like this, okay? It's like a strict clean, essentially. Or a muscle snatch, okay? There's no rebend of the knees, kind of like a push press, all right? So push press is one dip and over, okay? Muscle snatch, one dip. Muscle clean, one dip, okay? Then we have the clean and jerk, which is two movements, the clean plus the jerk. Okay, you can do a squat clean or a power clean. You can also do a push jerk or a split jerk, okay? But it looks like this. Okay, that was the power clean plus push jerk. This is a squat clean into a split jerk, all right? Variations, there are some variations there, but that's the clean and jerk. You're gonna pause at the shoulders. The snatch, you won't pause at the shoulders. Which brings us to the thruster, okay? The thruster is a front squat into a push press. It's very similar to a full squat clean and jerk, but your clean and jerk will always be heavier than your thruster. So the thruster, you're gonna unrack it from the rig, keep it in the front rack position, and in one fluid motion, you'll squat and press overhead, okay? Maybe once a month we do a cluster. A cluster is a thruster with the clean in the beginning, okay? So instead of a clean and jerk, where you're gonna pause here, reset, and then jerk it, okay? We just want one fluid motion, so it'll look like this. And no rebend of the knee. Okay, your cluster will also be less weight than your clean and jerk. Okay, we have other things too, like a front rack lunge. Front rack just indicates where the barbell is going to be, and you'll lunge forward. You might see a front rack reverse lunge, which just means you're going to have the barbell in the front rack and step back for the lunge. All right. You can have a back rack, you can have an overhead lunge. Wall balls are the same thing as a thruster. The difference is you're going to throw the object. So typically we do this with a medicine ball, and we throw it to a 9 or 10 foot target, but you'll hold it here, squat, press, catch, squat, throw, catch, all right? That's the wall ball. And then we do lots of kettlebell swings. So a knee and hip extension and getting it here to eye level. That, if it says kettlebell swing, we mean Russian kettlebell swing. If we want it to be overhead, we'll indicate by saying American kettlebell swings, okay, which is just overhead. Very similar mechanics as the clean and the snatch, except typically when we kettlebell swing, we don't use any of the arms, okay? We're just using an explosive hip extension to get it up, where the clean and the snatch, you're using a shrug also to help get it up. And then, maybe once a month we do a snatch balance. Again, in Forte, you're gonna do more of these. You'll also do like drop snatch balances, and you'll do heaving snatch balances, and you'll just do regular snatch balances. But if you ever see a snatch balance, it just means start the barbell behind the neck, okay? You're gonna do a push jerk, but your hands are in a snatch grip position. When you catch the push jerk, you'll ride it down into an overhead squat. So it looks like, all right? So here's the push jerk again, okay? Now a snatch balance, I'm gonna do the same thing, just with wider hands, the bar's behind my neck, and I'm gonna ride it into an overhead squat. Okay, that just helps with fast arms and fast feet for the snatch. All right, hopefully that was helpful. You'll see plenty of other movements as well, but these are the most common.